it chapter by chapter, one bite at a time. So many adventures and mountains we can climb. Take it word for word, line by line, one bite at a time.
Welcome to Bite at a Time Books, where we read you your favorite classics one bite at a time. My name is Bree Carlile, and I love to read, and wanted to share my passion with listeners like you. If you want to know what's coming next and vote on upcoming books, sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com. You'll also find our new t-shirts in the shop, including podcast shirts and quote shirts from your favorite classic novels. Be sure to follow my show on your favorite podcast platform so you get all the new episodes. You can find most of our links in the show notes, but also our website, biteatatimebooks.com, includes all of the links for our show, including to our Patreon to support the show, and YouTube, where we have special behind the narration of the episodes. We're part of the Bite at a Time Books Productions Network. If you'd also like to hear what inspired your favorite classic authors to write their novels, and what was going on in the world at the time, check out the Bite at a Time Books Behind the Story podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please note, while we try to keep the text as close to the original as possible, some words have been changed to honor the marginalized communities who've identified the words as harmful, and to stay in alignment with Bite at a Time Books' brand values. Today we'll be continuing Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Chapter 5. Basque and Nicolette. He had theories. Here is one of them. When a man is passionately fond of women, and when he has himself a wife for whom he cares but little, who is homely, cross, legitimate, with plenty of rights, perched on the code, and jealous at need, there is but one way of extricating himself from the quandary and of procuring peace, and that is to let his wife control the purse strings. This abdication sets him free. Then his wife busies herself, grows passionately fond of handling coin, gets her fingers covered with verdigris in the process, undertakes the education of half-share tenants and the training of farmers, convokes lawyers, presides over notaries, harangues scriveners, visits limbs of the law, follows lawsuits, draws up leases, dictates contracts, feels herself the sovereign, sells, buys, regulates, promises, and compromises, binds fast the annuals, yields, concedes, and retrocedes, arranges, disarranges, hoards, lavishes. She commits follies, a supreme and personal delight, and that consoles her. While her husband disdains her, she has the satisfaction of ruining her husband. This theory Monsieur Gillenormand had himself applied, and it had become his history. His wife, the second one, had administered his fortune in such a manner that one fine day, when Monsieur Gillenormand found himself a widower, there remained to him just sufficient to live on, by sinking nearly the whole of it in an annuity of 15,000 francs, 3/4 of which would expire with him. He had not hesitated on this point, not being anxious to leave a property behind him. Besides, he had noticed that patrimonies are subject to adventures, and, for instance, become national property. He had been present at the avatars of consolidated 3%, and he had no great faith in the great book of the public debt. All that's the Rue Quincampoix, he said. His house in the Rue des Filles du Calvaire belonged to him, as we have already stated. He had 2 servants, a male and a female. When a servant entered his establishment, Monsieur Gillenormand rebaptized him. He bestowed on the men the name of their province: Nimoy, Comtois, Poitevin, Picard. His last valet was a big, foundered, short-winded fellow of 55, who was incapable of running 20 paces. But as he had been born at Bayonne, Monsieur Gillenormand called him Basque. All the female servants in his house were called Nicolette, even the Magnon, of whom we shall hear more farther on. One day, a haughty cook, A cordon bleu of the lofty race of porters presented herself. "How much wages do you want a month?" asked Monsieur de Lenormand. 30 francs. "What is your name?" "Olympie." "You shall have 50 francs, and you shall be called Nicolette." Thank you for joining Bite at a Time Books today, while we read a bite of one of your favorite classics. Again, my name is Bree Carlile, and I hope you come back tomorrow for the next bite of Les Miserables. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter at biteatatimebooks.com and check out the shop. You can check out the show notes or our website, biteatatimebooks.com, for the rest of the links for our show. We'd love to hear from you on social media as well.